Hello, Verblingites. My name is Holly, and I will be the trainer for this hour. And today we are going to go over a lesson called Did Anyone Call? And it is about basically reported speech and giving people information about what was on a telephone call. So let me show you the lesson. One moment. Okay, so this is a lesson. Hi, Juan Pedro. How are you today? Juan, how are you? So, Juan, if you can hear me, that's great. But I cannot hear you, so you need to set up your microphone. And in the meantime, I will present the lesson that we have. So this is what we will be doing today, called Did Anyone Call? And this will be on reported speech.
Hello?
Hi, Juan. How are you?
Fine. Thank you. I'm doing well. And you?
Good, good. So did you ski in that area?
Yes, in my country, I can practice in skiing.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yes,
wow.
and there are many places.
Mm-hmm.
There are many places. I fall in the north of Spain. I'm from Spain.
Mm-hmm.
The north
Yeah.
of Spain is possible to practice in this kind of sport.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
Wow.
nice. It's a range mountain that there are a lot of peaks,
Mm-hmm.
more than 3,000 meters.
Wow.
There are a lot of peaks that have
Mm-hmm.
more than 3,000 meters, and it's
Mm-hmm.
possible to practice this kind of sport. It's a wonderful area.
Wow. That's cool. That's great.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So is it one of your hobbies that you do during the winter time?
Yes, I love, no especially practice. I love the nature
Uh-huh.
in general,
Uh-huh.
and is one of the possibilities that the nature offers me, and it doesn't matter the sport. I love the nature, and I'm comfortable inside the nature.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So that's good to say. Now, one thing you can say instead of saying I love the nature, what you would say is I love nature.
I love nature.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you
Nature lover is another
yeah,
expression or not?
yeah, you can say I'm a nature lover. Actually, yeah, I'm a nature lover. If you say
Mhm.
I love the nature, that means there's more than one type of nature to love. So you use
Okay.
articles when you have a choice. If it's and the nature would be a definite article, so there would be more than one. But if,
Okay.
but if you have something like that uh, there's only one of something, then you would not use an article.
Okay.
The best example I give about this is God. Um, if you are a Christian, a Muslim, or a Jew, you believe in one
Mhm.
God, so you would never say I love the God. You'd always say I love God.
Okay.
But if you have a different religion who believes in more than one God, then you might be able to say, I love the God who brings whatever.
Okay, I understand what you said. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's, I like to, yeah. Anyway. All right. So what time is it now right now in Spain?
Spain is 12 and 10.
12:10. Okay.
12:08, more or less.
Okay. All right.
It's,
And yeah.
midnight is the name? Midnight?
No.
Sorry,
That would,
midday. Sorry, midday.
yeah,
Midday.
that would be noon. Noon.
Mm-hmm.
So
Noon. Okay.
12 a.m. Excuse me, 12 p.m. is noon, and then 12 a.m. is midnight.
Midnight, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like to say that one of the problems between 12 p.m. and 12 a.m. is it doesn't really follow logic. And people think that a.m. should be now because it's just right after the morning. And so because of that, I always tell people to use noon and midnight. Unless it's obvious which 12 o'clock that you're talking about it is, then you can say it's 12 o'clock. So, but it is, in this time, the PM and AM is confusing for people. So.
No, in my case, it's not confused, but mid-noon impossible, no? It's a wrong expression.
Yeah. Yeah. At you could do midday.
Midday, it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I think of midday as 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So but that's my personal thinking of what it would be. But I don't know if it's if other people think that.
After the lunch, midday. After the lunch.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I think. See, I'm typing in when is midday. Okay. According to one of the things I just read, it said it's sometime between 12 and 3.
12 between 12 to 3.
Yeah, that is midday. So, like in Spain, you guys have late lunches, right?
Sorry, can you repeat me, please?
Well, I heard that in Spain, many times you guys do not eat lunch till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right?
I don't understand perfectly
the
meaning.
I heard that in Spain.
Yes.
Well, first of all, I'll make this easier. What time do you normally eat lunch in Spain?
Yes, I usually have lunch in Spain at 2 or 3 p.m. 2 or 3 p.m.
So for the rest of the world, we would consider that a late lunch. So that's why probably midday is between 12 and 3 is because of people in your country and others like Spain that would have a late lunch, so that's why the midday is between 12 and 3. Anyway.
No, it's true, it's true.
Yeah.
I've been traveling along European countries, and it's normal to have lunch at 1 o'clock, even 12:30.
Yeah.
Spain is very strange.
What time do they eat lunch in France?
In France?
Yeah.
In France in France it depends on the city. In Paris, for example, it's a big city. It's any hour. Any hour you can eat in in big cities, no? Is
Yeah, you
in
need it.
Paris, I have lunch at 2 or 3
Oh,
p.m.
okay.
and no problem.
Okay. Yeah. When I lived in Finland, the average Finn would go to lunch about 11 or 12.
11 is okay. Wow.
Yeah. That's why.
the average,
That's why
the
I'm.
average is 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I'm always surprised when you guys tell me, in Spain we don't go to lunch until 2 or 3, and then your dinner time, of course, is at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing to me. In
Yeah,
the
it's
States,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah, in the States, a lot of families will eat at 5 or 6 in the afternoon.
The reason I think is because the life in Spain
Hmm.
is outside. Then you can meet people
Uh-huh.
all over the streets, whatever you want, whenever you want,
Hmm.
at 8 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, at 11 o'clock, at 11 p.m., whatever you want, whenever you want. And the life is outside, and the sunset is later than in other in European countries. For example,
Yeah.
Finland, and the light hours, no,
Hmm.
is a good expression. The light hours are more than in other countries.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps is the reason,
That
and the character is
oh,
another reason, perhaps.
yeah. Well,
The Latin character.
that totally makes sense to me, completely and totally. So, yeah. So, okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. It looks like we've done enough small talk and waited
Mm-hmm.
for other people. We had about 5 or 6 people reserved right now, but I
Yes,
guess,
they are missing.
yeah, they are missing. That's fine. So you get a private lesson if that's okay with you.
Okay, no problem.
And
I'm
yeah.
comfortable.
So anyway, today what we're going to talk about actually is reported speech, and so that's
Mm-hmm.
basically what that is we will talk about how to use to report what somebody else has said.
Okay.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So,
Okay.
for example, well, let's start with this warm-up question. Could you tell me about the last phone call that you received?
Sorry, tell me, please.
Tell me about the last phone call that you received.
Okay, I received
Mm-hmm.
yesterday a
Uh-huh.
phone call that a good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So you'd say, I received a phone call from a good friend of mine. Okay.
Received a call from a good friend of mine. Okay.
Okay. And okay. And what did the friend want? Was he just calling to check up, or was he checking on something, or you can?
I
By the way,
received.
you can lie in class. You don't have to tell the truth.
I don't know. You asked me the meaning of the call,
Yeah.
or
What
the
was the
meaning of the
reason?
call.
Uh,
What it was because my friend wanted to know if I would go
uh-huh.
mm, 10 days later to visit him.
Okay, so he was checking to see if you were coming to visit him. Okay, that is great. Um, so so he you would say he asked whether I would come and visit him. Okay, so basically what we're going to do today is we're going to practice explaining what somebody else has actually said. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
which is
Okay.
what we call reported speech. Let's see. But I try to answer these calls as well. I mean, try to answer these questions as well. And I can't even remember the last phone call that I actually answered. So I get a lot of telephone calls, and I just let it go to my voicemail. So um, I don't even remember the last call I answered. It's funny.
Yeah.
Funny. In the States, it's really common for people to leave messages on voicemails, but when I lived in Finland, it was not common. How about in Spain? Is it common for people to leave messages on voicemails?
It's normal. No, perhaps 2 years ago, it was a normal way to leave messages on the phone.
Yeah, it's called voicemail.
Voicemail. Okay.
Voicemail. Yeah.
Voicemail. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
But right now is very strange because WhatsApp is one of the ways that right now the people are using to communicate with others.
Yeah, I have heard about it. In fact, I had somebody from Spain tell me to put it on my phone, and I've received one WhatsApp message, but it's not actually common, or it's not popular outside of excuse me, it's not common here in the U.S. at all. So so I tried to get my family members to get WhatsApp, and they're like, "Why?" So.
No, it's for example, my parents it's not possible to use WhatsApp because they are elderly people.
They're elderly.
Elderly people, and I think the young people is the normal way of communicating the young people is by WhatsApp and perhaps emails, but voicemail is not so common.
And common anymore. Oh wow, it's interesting. Yeah, we do the SMS text messaging, and I think the reason that WhatsApp is not all that popular here in the States, at least not yet, is because text messaging. It is for most of the telephone packages you get with your cell phone, you get unlimited texts and unlimited phone calls. So it's and where WhatsApp is just a text messaging, so it's the same. So anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to read this small dialogue and fill in the then we're going to do some language work, and then at the towards the end of class, what we're going to do is we're going to ask and answer questions. So it'd be better. Oh, we have a second person here. Hi, Mikkel. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Holly. Hi, everyone. I'm awesome. Well, thank you. What about you?
Very, very good. Thank you. Very good. Yeah, I was just going to say it'd be easier if there were 3 people here. Now we have a third person. Yay! So after we practice reported speech, we're going to do. What's going to happen is, for example, I will ask Mikkel a question, and Mikkel will answer it, and then you will, Juan Pedro will explain to me what he said. So we'll go around a circle. It should be fun. Okay, let's go ahead and read this. Mikkel, could you read Andrew, and Juan Pedro, could you read Susan?
Okay.
Okay. Hello, Susan. Were there any messages while I was at lunch?
Yes. Tom Dexter rang. He wanted to know if you could come to the budget meeting next Tuesday. He asked me when you would be back from lunch. It sounded quiet.
Okay, so what would one be? And the answers are down here. We've got the sound, accounting, urgent, and several.
Several.
Okay, several. Okay, and it sounded quite what?
It sounded quite urgent.
Urgent, yes. Okay. All right, Mikkel, can you read the next one?
Okay. Okay, I'll check on that right away.
Also, Julie from Bolt. She said she had a couple of questions about your stance claims.
So what would number 3 be?
Accounting?
Accounting, yes. Okay, Mikkel.
Really? I don't like on that. Did my wife call? She told me this morning that she will give me a ring around lunchtime.
No, nothing.
All right. Sorry. I'll give her a call myself.
Very good pronunciation of aisle. Very good. Keep in mind, remember, with words like messages, to always remember to say the S. Questions. So try not to swallow the S at the end. Okay. Are there any words or phrases in this dialogue that you guys do not know?
One question. I don't like the sound. This is the expression because of that. I don't remember.
This is a phrase, and it's possibly it's a phrase that could be considered an type of idiom. And what it means is, if you say, "I don't like the sound of that," it's like I don't like hearing that. So I don't
like
hearing that.
Okay.
Hearing that. So I don't like the sound of that. That's you would say that when someone is starting to give you bad news. And then you go, "Oh, I don't like the sound of this." All right. Are there any?
It's not the same. I don't know why in this call or no.
Well, actually, Andrew is talking about how the previous sentence. Susan says, "Julie from accounting called. She said she had a couple of questions about your expense claims." And then Andrew says, "Really? I don't like the sound of that." So he didn't want to have to talk to the accounting department.
Okay.
So, okay. Any other words or phrases in here? That was it. That was a good question, Mikkel.
No, for me it's okay.
No.
You're fine. Okay, so direct speech. Read the language box and then fill in the blanks. So we've got direct speech and we've got reported speech. So fill in the blanks with said, asked, and wanted. So direct speech. Can you come to the meeting? What would you say here on this first one? You
wanted. Yes.
He wanted to know if you could come to the meeting. When will he be back from lunch? What is this next one, Mikkel? He what?
Well, when will he be back from lunch? He said me when you'd be back from lunch.
Okay. Actually, it would be he asked
Yes, yes.
He asked me when you'd be back from lunch because it's a question. So, okay. Next one. Of course, those would be said, right?
Yes.
The last two ones. So I have a couple of questions. She said she had a couple of questions. She said that she would give me a ring.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Mhm.
let's go on here. So on this one, what I'd like you guys to do. These words are scrambled sentences. Can you guys rearrange these sentences? So number one, Juan Pedro, could you rearrange that?
Ranger.
I'll start with the first word.
Um, Tom asked me where I lived.
I lived. Okay, perfect. Tom asked me where I lived. Okay, next one. Mikhail, could you do this one?
Okay.
Sorry.
Julie. One moment. One moment.
Okay, no worries.
Julie wanted to know. If Julie. No, no.
So Julie wanted to know.
Yes. Julie wanted to know if it rain.
Okay, so if it would rain,
Okay, it would rain.
then tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Next one. Juan Pedro, number 3.
Mhm. My boss said.
Okay, this would be
Ask,
Jeremy. We'll start with Jeremy.
sorry. I was reading for.
Okay.
Sorry. Jeremy asked.
Asked. Yeah.
Asked. Sorry. Asked. Why hadn't been promoted?
Okay. So Jeremy asked his boss.
His boss. Okay. His
Why
boss. Why?
he hadn't
He
been
hadn't been promoted.
promoted. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Next one. Mikhail.
The next one, I said my boss.
I think it should be.
Sorry.
Okay.
Refer the subject, I know.
The first word is my boss.
Yes, okay, my boss, yes. Say,
Hmm.
okay. I couldn't, that I could, I could, couldn't, I do this overtime any month,
Okay. So I couldn't do any overtime
any overtime.
this month. Good. Okay, next one. Juan Pedro. Any idea on that one? We'll start with the CEO.
Okay. The CEO asked.
Asked. We'll say ask.
Asked.
Yeah. Asked.
Asked me.
Asked me
if I would like to work overseas.
Perfect. The CEO asked me if I would like to work overseas. Perfect. So, what we're going to do is rewrite the sentences using reported speech. The first question is, why do you study English? So how would you rewrite that to using reported speech? Mikkel, can you figure this one out? Why do you study English? So
I study English because it's important in private life and business.
Okay, and that's why you study English, because it's important in your private life and your business. How would you change this question to reported speech? So, for example, Holly asked
me why I study English.
Yeah, why I study English. Holly asked me why I study English. Okay, and number 2, Juan Pedro, can you try that one? We didn't reach our target. How would you change that to reported speech?
And they asked me.
Did he ask? Because there's not a question mark here.
Okay.
No question mark.
He said.
Or he wanted. Let's look at these answers.
It's not they said.
So he wanted or he said.
Why is he and no they? Because the question is we. We didn't. Nosotros. We didn't.
So he said that.
He said that they or we. Sorry. He said that we didn't reach it.
Okay. You can say he said that we didn't reach our target. You can just completely change. All you have to do on this
Okay.
sentence, when you change it from direct speech to reported speech.
Okay. I understand. I understood what you said right now. Okay.
Yeah, and in fact, I made a mistake here. He said that. Okay. The project has gone over budget. Mikkel, how would you change that to reported speech?
Okay, the project has gone over budget. In this case, the subject is he or they.
Yeah, he or Holly, or you could say Juan or anybody.
He, for example, he. But I don't know. In this case, we can use ask. We can use say. We can ask. One noise.
Yeah, if you use ask, it means there's a question. So if he asked, Yeah. So this next one would be, the next two would be, you would use ask. But in this one, you would use said.
Uh, He said the project has gone over budget.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That
So,
the project.
yes, very good. He has said that the project has gone over budget. Okay, next one. Juan Pedro.
Holly, for example, Holly
Uh-huh.
wanted to know
Uh-huh.
where I was going after the class.
After. That's perfect.
After class, okay.
After class. So Holly wanted to know where I was going after class. Or you could say Holly asked where I was going after class. Perfect. Okay, next one. Mikhail.
He asked me if I need any assistance.
Perfect. He asked me if I needed any assistance. So you need to change the change that to past tense because you're talking about what he asked. So he asked me if I needed any assistance.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, so let's look at some words. So we have we've practiced with asked, said, and wanted, but in reported speech you can also use reveal, reply, claim, agree, reassure, state, and mention. Okay, so let's match these words to the definition. So number
Sorry.
one. Yes.
Sorry, what does reason mean? Reassure.
Reassure. Okay. For example, I will use this in a sentence. He reassured me that I could speak Finnish well. To reassure means to tell somebody something that she may need to hear. He may need to hear. Juan Pedro, are you married?
No, I'm a single person.
Okay, Mikhail, are you married?
No.
Okay. Do you guys have girlfriends?
Yes.
Okay. So, does your girlfriend sometimes ask you, before you guys go to a party or something, how do I look? Does she ever ask you, how do I look? Juan Pedro?
Mm-hmm.
Does your girlfriend ever ask you, how do I look?
I understand perfectly the question.
Does your girlfriend ever ask you the question, how do I look?
Much better.
Yeah. Does she ever, before you go to a party, does she ever say this question to you? How do I look? Your girlfriend, does she ever ask you this question?
Are you asking me how do I look when?
No. Does your girlfriend ever ask you this question?
After what?
Before a party, for example, you guys are going somewhere.
Okay.
Does she ever say that to you? Does she ever ask you this question?
Yes, many times.
Okay.
Many times my friend told me that. Yes.
Okay. Many times your girlfriends will say to you, and your wives will say, how do I look? Okay. Now you are, as the good boyfriend, you are going to reassure her that she looks fine. You look beautiful, honey. You look beautiful, right? So that's what to reassure means. Even though she knows she looks fine, she needs to hear that from her boyfriend.
Okay. When you told her you seems wonderful, and you are fine, you are pretty nice, you are
Uh-huh.
okay.
Yeah.
It's like mhm.
Yeah, you are reassuring her.
Specifically
And he
in Spain.
Yeah, because and
and and the reason is she feels much better
yeah.
after my answer, no?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I
Okay,
today
okay.
yesterday I went it is Halloween season here, and so yesterday my nephews, who are 5, they're 5 years old, 2 of them, and their older sister, we were going somewhere, and their older sister was dressed up as Cinderella. And
Mhm.
she got out of her car, she stood up and she said, "How do I look?" and
Mhm.
and I told her brothers, I said, "Okay, now boys, learn this now. Anytime a girl says to you, how do I look?" You always say, "You look beautiful." So learn this now, even to your sister. Reassure her and make sure that she understands that she is beautiful. I think the boys were too excited about getting candy. I don't think they heard me because one was Spider-Man and the other one was the Bumblebee. So, but
Mhm.
anyway, um,
Only in Spain tell, ¿cómo me ves? In
excuse
Spain.
me.
In Spain tell, ¿cómo me ves?
Yes, it's true. It's true.
Como,
¿Cómo me ves?
¿Cómo
como
me ves?
ves?
¿Cómo estoy?
It's a similar meaning.
Okay, it's in Spanish. It's como ves, and
¿Cómo me ves? Estoy bien.
and you always I know très bien, and that's very similar to French, but you always tell your girlfriends or your daughters you look beautiful. but
Yes.
but always be sure to look up. My dad used to, I would come out in high school, I would come out and I would want to be reassured, and I would want him to say you look nice, and he would not look up from his newspaper. So he would go,
No.
"Dad, how do I look?" "Oh, you look beautiful." "You haven't even looked." "Look at me." Okay, so but anyway, so that's what reassure means. So as men, you guys are always reassuring the women in your life that they look fine. So that's the best example. Okay, so number
Thanks.
1, Mikkel, could you read number 1?
Say that you think the same thing.
Okay, so what word would that be?
I think it's agree.
Yes, to agree. Exactly. Okay. Um, Number 2, Juan Pedro, could you read that one?
Say that something is true, but maybe other people don't believe it.
Okay.
A claim.
Yes, to claim. Okay. Number 3, Mikkel, can you say that?
Say something often just a short piece of information.
Yeah, so just a short piece.
Piece of information is reveal.
No?
No. Mention.
Mention, yeah. So to when you mention, you say something briefly. Okay, number 4, Juan Pedro.
Answer a question. Answer a question. A reply. Sorry.
To reply yes.
Reply.
Okay. Number 5, Mikkel.
Give a fact or opinion. Reveal.
No?
No, no. Give a fact or opinion.
To state, yes. State. Okay, number 6, Juan Pedro.
Say something that was secret or unknown.
Oh,
Reveal.
that was number 6.
Number 6. Sorry. Say something to make the listener less worried. Reassure.
To reassure, yes.
Reassure. Okay.
To reassure. Okay, number 7, Mikkel.
Say something that was secret or unknown. Reveal.
Okay, so that one, of course, is the last one, to reveal. Okay, so let's choose a word from exercise 6 for each speech bubble. So let's try to change this into recorded speech. So somebody said, "It's okay, I've done this operation many times before." So, and you can always say he. I'll do the first one as an example. Okay. So the first one, bear with me a moment. Okay. Choose the first one. It's okay, I've done this operation many times before. What do you think that would be? Is anybody? Let's all do this together.
Reply.
Yeah. For example, you can use these verbs the same way we did with said and wanted and asked. So maybe you can say he claimed that he had done this operation
Okay.
many
times
before.
Okay.
Let's do the next one. I will not put up with it any longer. So he what? So any idea which verb you would use for this one? He. I will. Which one would be what would you do with this one? Any idea?
He said that I.
Well, he said that he.
He said that he would not put up with it for any longer.
Put up with it any longer. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So he said that he wouldn't put up with it for any longer. Okay. Next one. Actually, I wasn't really sick last week. Any idea what that one would be? You can say, she revealed that she wasn't really sick last week. So these verbs can be used the same as said. Okay. Does that make sense? So I can touch type. Which verb would you use with that one? I can touch type.
what is the mean this? I don't type. What is the mean?
Touch type means to type with all 10 fingers. Type on a keyboard
Okay.
with all 10 fingers. So, what do you think? What verb do you think on this one that the person can say? Person said, "I can touch type." Any idea, Juan Pedro?
Stated. He stated.
He stated. Okay.
He stated that he could touch type.
Okay. Perfect. He stated that he could touch type. And I would say something like either he stated, or you can also say he claimed, or he revealed. So a lot of them will work. So there's really no right or wrong answer on this. This one, I missed the meeting because I was abducted by aliens. That one would be definitely, maybe other people don't believe it. So this one would be, can you guys help me out with this one? He claimed. Mikhail, what else? What would I say next?
He claimed that that he missed the meeting about abducted by aliens.
Yeah, because he was abducted by aliens. Yeah, so we would use, if you're not really sure the person is believable, claimed is the best one. So.
Sorry, it's possible to put after because he had been abused. He had been.
Okay. Yeah, you can say that. He claimed that he missed the meeting because he had been. Yeah, that works.
Abused. Okay.
Had been abducted by. Yep, perfect. Yep. Okay, next one. I can speak both German and French. So she said, or she what? Which verb? So she answers a question. So she replied. You guys help me finish this?
Here we can use claim, no?
Yeah. But she's answered a question. Because definitely because she said yes here. If there wasn't this yes here, then it would be claimed. So you can do claim though. It will work. She claimed.
She claimed.
So she claimed that she can speak both German and French. Okay. I know what you mean. Economy class is awful. Okay. And that one would be to agree.
Agree, exactly.
Yeah. So can you guys help me finish this? She
agreed.
Agreed that
she.
This one is she agreed that economy class was awful.
Was awful. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and go to another activity. Bear with me a moment. So let me get. Okay, so what's going to happen is I am going to one person's going to ask a question, and the other person will tell me. The other person will answer the question, and then you guys will tell me what was said. Okay, so we will practice reporting, and
Okay.
but we're going to make it fun since both of you speak Spanish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we only have a couple minutes left. Oh, dang. Okay. So we'll do this one time. So, Juan Pedro, please ask Mikel one of these questions, and Mikel respond in Spanish. Okay, and then Juan Pedro, tell me what he said in Spanish using reporting.
Okay.
Okay, I've done this with Germans. It's really fun. Okay.
Michael, do you have enough free time?
Okay.
Para serte sincero, no mucho.
Okay, so Juan Pedro.
It's not difficult. It's can you?
Michael said that sincerely he don't have enough time.
Okay, so Michael said that he doesn't have enough free time. Okay, that's very good. Okay, now let's try this. So Michael, you choose a question, and Juan Pedro, you respond in Spanish. Okay.
Okay.
One moment. Do you have my free time in the morning?
Do you have much
No,
free time?
yo tengo más tiempo libre por las tardes.
Okay, so Michael, what did he say?
Juan Pedro tell me that he have more free time in the afternoon.
Okay, so Juan Pedro told me. You can say that, or you can say said that.
Sorry, tell that he have more free time in the afternoon.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Very good. All right. Well, I want to thank you all both for your time and attention this morning or afternoon, depending on where we are. And I hope you learned a little bit. Okay, so we went over said and a bunch of other verbs, but we didn't touch tell. so that's the only difference between said and told is said has said that and told does not. So he told me that. So he told me he doesn't have any free time. So that's the only difference. Anyway, thank you very much, y'all, and continue to have a good day. And I'll see you on another class someday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much indeed.
Bye bye.